I want to put a picture, Addison, I know I'm messing you up, but I want to put a picture of Bill Morgan up. This is Bill Morgan. He's an Australian. Have you heard his story before? Bill Morgan. He's got quite the story. He's an Australian. He's in this picture. He's with his lovely wife, but he's single at the time of this story. He's a truck driver. He's crushed in a truck accident, and in that truck accident, he actually suffers a fatal heart attack. Clinically, he's dead for more than 14 minutes. That's his story. But the medical help revives him. He's in a coma for 12 days. His family's gathered around him. They're advised to unplug him from the life support. But after 12 days, he wakes up with all his faculties intact. It's considered a miracle. He decides to propose to his girlfriend, Lisa. She says yes. His family said that was a miracle. And then, in celebration, he bought, and I do not endorse this, it's just the story. He bought a scratch-off lottery ticket, and in it he won a car, at that time worth $17,000. His story somehow got out. Here's a man crushed in a car accident, suffers a fatal heart attack, dead for 14 minutes, in a coma for 12 days, engaged now. This is a miracle man. And so they said, we want to put it on camera, and we just want you to tell your story. We're going to go down to that same store, and you're going to buy another lottery ticket, and we're just going to film it it's just going to be for the story. And so he goes down there and he buys another lottery ticket, and he wins the jackpot, $250,000. And Australia calls him their luckiest man. Good for him. But this hymn that we'll close with in just a minute, the musicians can stay put for just a minute still. But this hymn, the old rugged cross, it starts with this stanza: on a hill far away in distance and far away in time. Some of us have the privilege of being there in just a few short weeks. We'll stand at the place of this hill, but it will still be far away in time, even though it's not far away in distance. On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, and it was the emblem of suffering and shame. It was then, and in order to live like the cross, it would be today. But the hymn goes, I love that old cross where the dearest and best for a world of lost sinners was slain. And then it goes into the chorus. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross. Till my trophies at last I lay down, and then I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. That's the first stanza. The hymn moves through us a bit of a story because it ends with the fourth stanza. And this is how the fourth stanza reads. Just listen. To the old rugged cross I will ever be true. Its shame and reproach I'll gladly bear. Then He, Jesus, will call me someday to my home far away. It begins with an old rugged cross on a hill far away, and the story will end with a community of people who have stationed themselves at that old rugged cross, who have chosen to cling. The chorus, so I'll cherish the old rugged cross. You can cherish it, but there's more than cherishing it. You have to lay down your trophies. You have to give up. You say, but I only have good things. I think about that every time I'm on a plane, and the flight attendants say, listen, in case of an accident, this is what happens. You go out those doors and you do this thing. You follow our instructions and don't take anything with you. And I always kind of give a little bit of a nod at my computer bag. But everything, my world is on that. Pictures, documents, plans. Can I at least, it won't take me but a sec. No, we want you to leave that too. You have to, in order to give us, this plane, this community, the best chance of survival. I may be able to survive with my backpack on, but my backpack or my computer bag may take the place or may bump somebody else from them having the opportunity to have that life. Beloved, if it's all about you, if your computer bag is all about you, I can keep this stuff because I can be saved with it. But meanwhile, it is disengaging or disrailing somebody else in the community. You have to lay down the treasure. You have to give it up. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Till my trophies at last I lay down. And then with both hands free, I will cling to the old rugged cross. And the narrative tells us in that hymn that it starts with a hill far away, with an emblem of suffering and shame, but it begins there, but it ends with a home far away from everything we know and have experienced. A whole new world. If we will only station ourselves at the cross and only station ourselves at the cross. No other station in our life. Be consumed by Jesus. Be consumed by Jesus as an individual. Be consumed by Jesus as a family. Do your neighbors know that that's the one thing you're about? Jesus. Be consumed by Jesus as a church. Does the world know that that's what consumes us? Be consumed by Jesus as a campus. Does the world know that this campus has one purpose?